Making the Problem Worse by Kobe Guashu, California Intercontinental University. The course title is Organizational Change and Development in Management. Today's date, September 9, 2019. Introduction of sequenced implementation of a new technology to solve problems. Organizations face change challenges that must be addressed appropriately. Managers need wisdom and the right mix of policies to save lives and keep their organization afloat, but it is not always easy. In role of computerized physician order entry systems in facilitating medication errors, initially published in 2005, narrates the ordeal of Springfield Hospital. In fact, an attempt by the company's administrator to protect lives by introducing a computerized physician order entry CPOE backfired and cost patients' lives. A host of life-endangering anomalies happened, like medication mistakes, inadequate attention to the synergetic effects of drugs, and misinterpretation of physician poor handwriting. Spector 2013, page 147. Some decisions taken included physicians having to prescribe medicine and treatment through the system and that all entries be accessible to hospital staff and pharmacists. CPOE worked well in other contexts but caused more issues in this case. Team explanation of the teams involved in the change process. There seems to be issues involving teams in the process both in formal and informal design. Formally, it does not appear that reporting structures were well established for a speedy identification of computer-related challenges that employees were facing so that they could be speedily remedied. Informally, it does not appear that employees' roles and responsibilities were clearly redefined following the implementation of CPOE. First, management over-relied on computers to do the work of trained professionals, resulting in preventable issues. For example, there was a belief that CPOE will catch all prescription errors, forgetting that orders are made by people who make mistakes. Even though the introduction of CPOE lightened workload, there was still need for direct supervision and feedback. Secondly, there was no clear definition of new relationships, both vertically and horizontally. In fact, evidence that the system had worked well before reduced the need for management to redefine both collaborative and hierarchical expectations to ensure synergy and efficient workflow. Instead, it was wrongly perceived that CPOE would substitute relationships and report accurately. This could only lead to a catastrophic outcome as computers only understand and execute the codified entry language that is imputed, following specific parameters and formulae, but unlike people, computers do not reason nor adapt to new situations. So, failure by management to align employees to their new environment was clearly a problem. Spector 2013, page 99. There was need for management to organize capacity building sessions or create training opportunities for employees' skill and competencies development. How techniques for mutual engagement fosters commitment to change. The role of a consultant, dialogue, and dialogue enablers could foster commitment to change and produce a more successful result. First, let's start with the role of the consultant. When CPOE was introduced, it was important for a consultant versed with the program to come in and explain the utility of the program, how it works, how it was going to correct previous limitations, but most importantly, what role managers and employees had to play to ensure synergy and efficient outcomes. Next, dialogue. Raymond and Charles, 1994, showed that place of work must be suitable for mutual and constructive conversations. But how can it be so if there is no sense of psychological safety among people who are supposed to share a common space of work? So there was need for management to create a structured, intentional, and safe environment to clearly and unequivocally share about new technological adjustments and what it was going to entail in terms of expectations and support system. Some managers want things done a certain way without investing time to understand work conditions. An organization is a system of people first. Results come after. So any organization that invests in people will make the money, but any organization that seeks money first will lose the people. Thomas, 1993. Closing remarks. The case of Springfield Hospital shows that change process and implementation is challenging, and that the strive and drive that organization leaders nurture has bumps along the road. The lessons are numerous. Managers must: 1. Review their change process. 2. Work collaboratively and listen to employees. 3. Collect feedback and make necessary adjustments. 4. Review the process each step of the way. 5. Never rely solely on previous successes to determine future decisions. Thank you for your time. Let me know if you have any questions.